Hello and welcome to another episode of playonultra podcast. This is episode 194.
Yeah.
I've lost so much track of numbers.
I know.
I'm sure we've said that one before, but obviously we haven't.
I'm pretty sure we haven't.
Let's see. Let's look at my folders.
It is
Like,
a
aren't we
new
on like on
episode of
194 at this point? I have no idea.
It should be 194. I thought you said 184.
I heard
It's
194.
94.
Okay,
194.
okay.
194.
Glad I spoke up.
This
I
is
know.
the episode on the 13th of May, 2022.
Oh,
Technically, it's the
yeah.
14th for me.
That's fair. Yeah.
You missed it. You dodged it.
So yeah, I watched Doctor Strange last night.
Oh, did you? What did you think?
Did you all watched it yet?
I
I've
watched
seen
it. Yeah.
Damn, you guys are fast. What the fuck? Okay.
Is
Is it like opening night shit for y'all still?
I made a
Kind
point of
of.
seeing it the first day because I just wanted to avoid spoilers so much. Like I wasn't
Same.
looking forward to it that much.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it, but mostly spoilers are the motivation to see it earlier.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. My even though my wife doesn't work for the same kind of company, back in the day, she had to watch things like opening night because they were expected to talk about it as soon as possible. So.
It's also
Yes.
like we're kind of opened up now, like the economy, the blah blah blah,
Mhm.
the COVID stuff. So it's the first time me going to the cinema with like no restrictions,
Oh wow.
and it's kind of weird. Like it feels.
Yeah.
I still don't feel safe. Does that make sense?
I
Yeah,
still wear
it's
my
still-
mask most of the
Yeah.
time, even though
And
I
it
do
reminded.
too.
So I watched the movie during like a bit more of a controlled period. So like you have to skip a seat, that kind of stuff, unless you're together in a from the same household, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
which they don't check, by the way.
Right.
Right. Of course not.
And it felt really nice because you're paying for like normal price seats, but it felt premium because there's so much space around you. And now
I have.
I'm just reminded why I don't like to go to the cinema. It was so fucking packed.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not surprised.
Luckily, it wasn't the worst experience because I've had,
That's good.
people kicking my seat, babies crying and shit. And
Yeah.
so it wasn't that bad, but I still don't like going to the cinemas. There's way too many people. Even like
generally agree with
non-COVID
you.
times. No, non-COVID times. It's like way too many people. So anyways, the movie was disappointing, to be honest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I was kind of maybe my expectations was really high or something because I really enjoyed the
that's
first
fair.
Doctor Strange, and I really like multiverse shit. But I feel like the multiverse stuff was more of a plot mover and not a. Didn't feel like we saw like a bunch of different multiverse like in a few second type thing, and then we saw him going to a couple after that.
I guess it did feel less multiversy than Spider-Man.
Yeah, so
That's
like
fair.
I think for me that was the biggest disappointment. I just kind of I wanted to see weird shit. That's what I wanted to see, and this one wasn't really weird.
You
Even
should have
for
gone and
Doctor
seen
Strange-
Everything
still thought
Everywhere
it
All
was
at Once.
What?
You should have gone and seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Right.
It's got multiverse stuff every second.
Yeah, I'll probably watch that one. Yeah, but I think even for Doctor Strange's standards from the first movie, it wasn't very strange. It wasn't strange enough. I'm not sure if it makes sense.
I guess like the strangest part was the really cool music fight at the end. I like that.
Yeah.
Right. That one was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I would say it wasn't as strange. I mean, it was definitely had some horror parts to it. It wasn't meant to be a horror film, but they definitely hit some of those beats, and some of those deaths were, ooh, a little
See,
much.
I mean, that is easily the one of the cool things about the movie, even though it's very brief. And I know some people didn't like it, but because it's a multiverse thing, people can die, and it doesn't matter because it's a
Right.
multiverse, right? So like,
Right,
you
yeah.
see some pretty graphic non-pulled punches.
Yeah,
Right.
this is probably one of the most graphic, like just like violence wise, I would argue, of all the Marvel movies I've ever seen. And you're right, because I was wondering, I was like, wow, how did they get away with this? But you're right, because it's multiverse, so it.
And is
doesn't
this the okay? Like, stop listening for like the
spoilers?
5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop listening. Seriously.
Yeah.
This is the first
Big
time they
spoilers.
confirmed that the main MCU universe is 616, right?
Correct.
Right.
That's
As
the
far,
first time
as
I've
far
heard
as
it
I know, it's the first
named.
one they've. Yeah. The first time they've ever named it that. As far as
Which
in the
is
movies.
interesting. I guess we can
Yes.
just think of the MCU being a different 616. It's not comic 616, it's just 616 for
It is funny
Yeah.
they did that. They should have
Right.
given it its own number, or honestly.
right.
Yeah, they want a reference
Right.
to make all the
Actually,
people
that
happy,
makes
I
sense.
think.
It
This
feels
is
like
another reference.
if the
I
MCU
didn't
is a separate universe, that also kind of makes sense.
What makes sense?
As in the MCU being a different number from 616.
Yes, it would make sense. Yeah, that'd be cool. Because also like another reference that I didn't confirm I was hearing correctly, but like they go to this mountain, and I believe they call it Wangador.
Mhm.
It's not like saying
Wandagore.
Wandagore. I don't know what they were saying, but I remember in the comics there was a group of heroes. They were kind of like furry heroes, like they're all animal heroes, and they're called the Knights of Wangador. And so as far as I know, that's a reference to that. But one, I don't know enough to know why, and two, it's not paid off at all because it's a completely different mountain. So maybe I should do my research to figure out if I was hearing it correctly, and if there's some deeper meaning that I missed.
Interesting. I didn't know that either. Huh. Weird. My my opinion overall of the movie was I felt it was at least a little different than what Marvel tends to do with cinematics. So I was like, okay. I will say
I felt that way
I
with
was
the Strange, right? No?
Yeah,
Strange was
yeah.
kind of different too, yeah.
Yeah. So I liked it in that regard. At first I was huge spoilers. I was sad about what happened with Wanda because I really like Wanda as a character. And I was like, okay, well, there's really no way to redeem from this, I guess. And I just kind of placated with myself. But then I found out some news that actually makes me angry. Apparently, this was an article. Apparently, the main director did not
Sam Raimi?
fully. Yeah, I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's correct. Someone on the important team of designing the movie did not
Right.
watch all of WandaVision. Or at the very least didn't actually really pay attention to it.
Well, I don't
Or,
think he has a writing credit.
I don't remember. Let me see if I can find the article. One sec.
It is
Someone
interesting.
sent it
I
to
did
me.
not.
Yeah, he's just the director for this one.
I did not expect Wanda to be the big bad of the film, and I did not
Right.
expect her to appear to
Yeah.
die at the end.
Yep.
I did
Hold
like
on.
Wanda as the big bad.
It was great.
very
It ended up being
creepy.
good. I just didn't expect it.
Right.
Same.
I
Okay.
did really like that one.
Yeah, it's the director. So I guess
Hmm.
maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. So I guess it's not the writing credit at least. But yeah, Sam Raimi never finished WandaVision while working on Doctor Strange 2. Which I guess at least I guess technically it's not the writers, but it just especially that when I saw that made me just even more sad because of okay, I guess bye. Is she coming
I mean,
back?
it's
We
comics.
don't know.
I don't know. We didn't see her die, right? Who knows?
Right,
No.
yeah. Well,
And
look, the
there's-
problem
and there
There's other
was-
universe her.
And there was
Exactly.
still spoilers if you're keep skipping keep skipping ahead.
spoilers.
There was that part where the thing was falling. You can see a red flash, right?
Yeah.
So
It's true.
that could be a reference of she's not really dead.
There
I
is
don't
that,
think
but
I don't think they're killing her off. She's a pretty
yeah, I
popular
guess
character, no?
she's very
It's
popular.
true.
I guess for me, it's that 616 iteration of Wanda. Should she come back? Did what she do at that point kind
She's
of
pretty
unforgivable?
riddled by that book
I
thing.
don't feel like
Yeah, it's just hard to say.
Rotten.
there will be fans that would say, "Oh, it's not her fault. Something, mental illness or something." I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I do think it is the book is a large
Yeah.
to blame. It's not all her, right?
Right,
She
right,
was
right.
Yeah, yeah.
influenced by an external force
that's
of
true.
evil.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll see. I did think the way that they kind of had her learn her lesson was really powerful. So I will give them that.
And
Also,
right.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say also, you guys saw the last ending credits, right? With
With
Strange.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Oh, with the purple lady.
Purple Lady.
There's that. Yeah. Well, you
Purple-
saw the
purple
eye.
Thor. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the eye. So apparently, because there was a third. You guys saw What If?
Yeah.
Okay. So evil Doctor Strange has a third eye. Apparently, according to Cumberbatch, the third eye that you see in the movie is not the same kind of eye that opens up in What If. So take that as you will.
It's
I
a
don't
good
even
eye.
know what that kind of eye is. It was just an eye, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's an evil eye. Oh, that's a good eye. I don't know, man. It's a
Whatever,
third eye,
man.
whatever.
I know. We'll have to wait and see. Some people
mean,
think it's a reference back to the first movie where she, that one woman whose name I can't think of, tells him to open his third eye. Some people
Yeah,
think it's
the
a
one,
reference.
Tilda Swinton, whatever her
Yeah,
character's
I
name
can't
is,
think of the name of
elder
the
or whatever.
character.
Charlize
elder.
Theron. Oh, you mean the elder? Tilda
No,
Swinton.
it was
Yeah,
Tilda
right,
Swinton.
Right. One of those. White
It was a
ladies.
very Sam Raimi, the first ending, just him like screaming and then an eye, credits. You're just like, what was that? It was so funny.
Come on,
I did
man.
like Bruce Campbell's cameo.
Oh, so good. Best part of the whole film, hands
Right.
down, was
Yeah, right.
Pizza Papa gets paid. And then
That's funny.
He was in the previous Spider-Mans, right? The trilogy.
Oh, was he?
he had the
Oh,
yeah. Bruce Campbell appears in basically every Sam Raimi film, and
Right.
he usually has to beat himself up in most of them.
Right.
That's
and
hilarious.
and also
I
I
didn't realize
love that his ties to Spider-Man goes way back. He was the narrator from the PS1 Spider-Man game from Activision.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know
from
that. That's so cool.
From Neversoft. Oh my god, I love Neversoft. Neversoft,
That's
right?
pretty
Neversoft.
cool.
Yeah. Activision.
Neversoft. They did Tony Hawk, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
So yeah, Bruce Campbell was the I don't know. I just love Bruce Campbell whenever he's in any Spider-Man stuff.
I almost feel like Bruce
Honestly,
Campbell's
he should
underrated,
replace
but he
Stan
has a
Lee's
huge
cameos.
following. He's just not
He does.
like that broadly known.
Right.
It's weird.
I
It's this
feel like
weird
he
level of
should
fame.
replace Stan Lee as the cameos for all the Marvel movies.
That
now.
would be amazing.
I love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Even though I've never watched any of the Evil Dead stuff. None of the TV series, none of the movies.
You should watch him.
Okay. If I should,
good.
if I need to watch, isn't Evil Dead 2 better than the first one?
It really depends on who you ask.
Right.
So when they shot Evil Dead 2, they didn't have the rights anymore to Evil Dead 1. So Evil Dead 2 is kind of like
Oh, it's on movie?
it's a sequel, but it kind of recapitulates the plot of Evil Dead 1. Evil Dead 2 has the least plot. It's mostly just Bruce Campbell beating himself up or getting picked on by the evil undead in a cabin.
Which one's the one that he loses his arm and gets the chainsaw arm?
That's the second one. And then the third one, which is Army of Darkness, he continues to have the chainsaw arm, but he's in medieval times now.
Right. Is it more comedy than horror?
100%.
Right.
I think the first one has the most horror, but all of them are comedic. And the second and third ones are just pure comedy.
Okay, I think I'll watch the second and third one. Do I need to watch the first one?
No, the second one basically goes over the same events, like just condensed down to the first 10 or 20 minutes. It's the same stuff.
Okay. So yeah.
Because I'm gonna get this later, I'll get to it now. I did watch a movie with Bruce Campbell recently from I think 2010 called Bubba Hotep, where Bruce Campbell is an old guy in a retirement home, and the retirement home people believe he used to be an Elvis impersonator, but he maintains that he is Elvis, and he got tired with the fame, so he swapped places with an Elvis impersonator, and then that's the Elvis who died, but he's the real Elvis. His best friend is a guy, another old person, who believes that he is JFK, but he's black, and the CIA dyed his skin so that he could get him out of the picture or whatever. Bruce Campbell knows that guy's crazy, but he knows that he's Elvis. So that's the first part of the plot. The second part of the plot is there's a mummy going around the old folks' home, sucking people's souls out of their butts, and so these two guys have to fight the mummy, and that's the movie of Bubba Hotep. It's weird.
There's a Japanese legend spirit that steals souls out of people's butts. That's
I wonder
What?
if that's what
Yeah,
part of the
hold
influence
on.
was, maybe.
Let me
Is
see if I
that a
can
real
find
thing?
that. I've been
Any
told
hole
it
will
is.
do.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, not the best Bruce Campbell film, but it's interesting.
Yeah, the Kappa.
Oh, the Kappa does
The
that.
Kappa does that.
The Kappa does that. Yeah, water goblins
Out of
Steals your
every
soul from-
fuck. Okay.
steals your soul from Uranus.
Is that why the alt-right love the Kappa?
I have
Ha
no idea.
ha ha. That's pretty funny.
They're just rimming asses or something?
Anyway,
Oh,
I think I liked Doctor Strange on the whole. I had a positive experience coming out of it, but I didn't really have any preconceptions going into it.
Right.
Yeah, I had a mostly positive experience. I think it wasn't quite what I expected. But I liked what they were trying to do with it at least. Some of the cameos were still kind of fun. But I think my biggest fear is that some of the people we met and situations we met, I just hope some of it kind of pays off later, and I don't know if it will. So,
yeah, I don't think that it will.
that's my only fear. Those
They
cool
are
to
making a
introduce
Fantastic
America
Four
Chavez.
movie, right?
It was pretty weird the way that the Otherworld's Sorcerer Supreme, that green guy, because he's like post-credits Doctor Strange 1 kind of thing, and like it felt like a lot of story just happened off camera. That guy, like, oh yeah, he hated me. It's like, really? Like, we didn't really see a lot of that, you know?
I
Like, when did that happen?
I know it was like he kind of like ran away from him, but yeah, I know it was
Yeah.
almost like did he actually do some shit towards you, Doctor Strange? Because we haven't seen it yet. I know, I
Right.
thought the same thing. I was like, he hates you. Okay,
Yeah.
didn't know if you knew that.
Sure. If you say so, sir.
Yeah, but definitely cool. But yeah, we'll see. The next let's see, Miss Marvel's gonna have a TV show coming up soon, as is
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
I'm super excited for She-Hulk.
But the next one is Kenobi. Kenobi?
Kenobi is
For
next.
Disney
Kenobi's the
things,
end of the month.
yeah.
Yep. For Disney things, Kenobi is next. For Marvel
Nice.
things, I think Miss Marvel's next, or is it She-Hulk?
I looked it up,
Yeah,
and
I
She-Hulk
thought it
is
was
supposed to get
She-Hulk, but I
10
don't-
episodes. I'm not sure
That's
why.
a good
wow.
chunk of episodes.
That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
Huh,
Wasn't
okay.
there one of the Disney series that got like 8 episodes or something?
Well,
That
I mean,
compared
like,
to the usual 6? Was it one of the
yeah.
Mandalorians?
Which one was it? I feel like the first Mandalorian might have been,
I don't
but
remember.
don't quote me on that.
Was the first Mandalorian
t-
like the first series they released?
Kind of, yeah. If
It's
yeah,
the first Star Wars one. Was
yeah.
Mandalorian... Oh, I guess Mandalorian Season 1 probably was before all the Marvel... Like, before...
After that was
WandaVision, yeah?
Loki, right? No, maybe. I don't remember.
No, Loki
WandaVision
was
was the first
later.
Marvel show. Like, not counting,
it was.
I guess, you know, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and
Right,
the
right.
cartoons and stuff.
Yeah, both season 1 and season 2 of Mandalorian were 8 episodes.
Ah, okay.
But what was WandaVision? Was WandaVision also 8 episodes? Let me see.
I think that one's 6. I think on the Marvel one's been 6 so far.
No. WandaVision was 9.
9?
That's a weird number.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I remember this. WandaVision was like, I think the first few shows were quite long, and then I think Falcon the Winter Soldier was like their first like shorter one. Yeah, Falcon and Winter Soldier was 6. I remember that because I was like, wow, that's a lot shorter.
I wonder how they decide. Because She-Hulk's getting 10 apparently.
That's
That's pretty awesome. I wonder if She-Hulk's able to get 10 since because like I'm wondering if the other ones have been shorter because they're characters we kind of already know, except
Right.
WandaVision, I guess. And because I
Good
think
point.
WandaVision, because if I recall correctly, WandaVision was supposed to kind of kick off or no, were they gonna don't listen to me, I don't know anything. There was a whole like reorder of when these shows were supposed to be released that was causing issues. But yeah, because Loki was also 6 episodes, so yeah, WandaVision's been their longest one at 9, and all the other Marvel ones especially have been 6, so having She-Hulk be 10 is definitely an interesting call. But like I said, maybe because she's new, they want to give more time. What was
Yeah.
Hawkeye?
I was kind of hoping
I mean,
Moon Knight was getting more than 6.
Say
Miss
yeah,
Marvel
that's
should
Like
get
Moon
the
Knight.
same as She-Hulk, probably. And for that by...
Miss Marvel is getting 6 according to the wiki.
Oh,
I'm not
weird,
I'm
okay.
not sure if they actually announced.
Well, I guess
how
I
many
also
episodes.
wouldn't be surprised if Miss Marvel shows up in movies. I will be kind of surprised if She-Hulk has like a meaningful role in movies.
Right.
maybe that's why they're giving her more screen time. That could make sense.
Yeah.
Because even like Hawkeye was only 6 as well. So, interesting. Makes me wonder if She-Hulk's also going to have a lot more ties maybe into the greater MCU. Kind of like WandaVision ended up.
I did read that Moon Knight removed ties. Like there were a couple of ties that they were maybe going to do and they decided not to do them.
Oh,
Interesting.
I'm gonna. What?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
The thought literally just left my head.
Oh, okay.
That's
Something
fine.
probably what the team's going to
Was
do.
it WandaVision?
Nah, I'm gonna WandaVision. Nah.
So because I thought when I saw the trailer for Doctor Strange and you see briefly Zombie Strange, I thought that was going to be either zombies. Like I thought it was gonna be some sort of Strange specifically from What If.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
So
So that's interesting.
Yeah. Instead, they kind of showed a different one that was maybe from What If, but not quite the same.
Yeah.
It's not technically the same because in the What If, her name's not Rachel. What's her name?
I don't know.
Right, Rachel McAdams' role, the love interest.
Christine?
Christine, thank you. Christine was dead in the What If version, and she was not dead with that Doctor Strange. So it's not exactly the same.
Did scientist Christine come back to 616 with him? Are there two of her now in 616?
No, it sounds like she went back to her like
that makes
world,
sense.
which one of the questions I had that the movie does not answer is, does America Chavez's teleportation include time travel? Like,
I think
could
no.
Okay, because I was gonna say, could they send Christine back to because I just am so sad what happened to 838. Like, it hurts my heart. So could they send Christine before that happened, or is she forced into the world where everybody's dead? Because that's sad
Because
to me.
technically, that's their main people.
Yeah.
I can't believe what they did to the one at the end, man. That one's. So yeah, I've been seeing this meme of America Chavez. They're just putting her picture posing and written something like they just gave a Middle Eastern girl literally the power to cross borders, something like that.
Oh.
And in my head I'm thinking, is this one of those just an observation thing, number one? Or is it one of those, so SJW, is she even Middle Eastern? Is that her name Chavez?
I thought she was Hispanic.
She was South American, Hispanic,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought I was going crazy. Okay.
But I mean, I don't...
No,
and she's from the
her
comics.
Her name
anyways.
is America. I don't know if she comes from a world within America.
Right, that's also that. And she is from the comics. She's not just made up for the MCU.
Right.
No, she's real, all right.
Totally.
I'm trying to see if maybe Wikipedia will tell me.
So,
Because
yeah,
she used to be called Miss
and
America.
it's just weird. I don't know if it was like a...
I mean,
we
it's the
got
same
you
kind of
SJWs or
observation.
something. I don't know.
It's the same kind of... it's not the same. Yeah, I don't... I think it's just a troll post that you saw.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the person who played her, I'm so sorry, but I do not know. Oh,
Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that first name.
Sochi. Sochi. It looks like Sochi Gomez.
Sochi.
According to Wikipedia, that's how you pronounce it, but don't
Wow.
quote me on it. Yeah, Sochi. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, but her last name's Gomez. She was born in Los Angeles, but to parents of Mexican descent. Her name Sochi means flower, and in Nahuatl, which is an indigenous language of Mexico, which makes sense.
Right.
I thought it sounded kind of Mexican, because it reminds me of Quetzalcoatl. So yeah, I assume America Chavez is Hispanic, but I don't know. But yeah, I think you saw a troll post that of some racist people, which is nothing new.
Or a post trying to troll the racist people, like, you don't even know the type of brown, that kind of thing.
This movie did have a lot of examples of use your power. Oh yeah, okay. And then they just used they couldn't do it before, and then they were told to use the power, so they did. Like Doctor Strange, use the undead. Like, oh yeah, they were killing me. Now I'm just gonna turn them into wings. Or like America, just I believe in you. Okay, it's just all that stuff. Just well, I don't know why you didn't do these things before until someone told you to do the things. But what? It's a magic, especially with magic heroes. It's I really have to think about. Don't think about how things work. I'm gonna make some hands, and the hands are gonna throw a telephone pole into a guy's eye. It's well, just shoot a laser. I don't know what makes this sense with magic.
I've stopped thinking.
Yeah.
I've stopped thinking with all these movies nowadays.
You kind of need to.
You
I
kinda,
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that the demon thing to me was especially egregious, only because up until that point they had never talked about those demons existing to pull people away, and didn't talk about the fact that you could just use them. At least like the whole him taking over the dead body sounded like a funny magic loophole. But like, because to me, finding magic loopholes is only fun when you know the rules of magic. So when you're just making up shit, like, I get it, it's magic, but yeah, I agree with you. That scene was a little like, oh, they didn't know what else to do, did they? Or I'm missing a scene here or something.
It did feel rushed for a 2-hour movie.
I thought it felt rushed. I don't
know, like, the Spider-Verse multiverse did it pretty well. I think because they only stayed in one location, and the multiverse thing is more the characters.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, this movie definitely felt like they
should have done a TV series instead. It feels like.
I think that's the problem. Is we've seen how well they can usually do with the TV series. I felt the ending of Moon Knight was a little rushed, so they probably could have made that a little bit more extended. But that's just my opinion.
Moon Knight really feels like it's setting up for a second season or a movie or something. I don't know if we're supposed to expect.
Honestly, I kind of hope it's a TV series and not a movie.
I do too.
I'm really liking the TV format. Seeing all these like characters that you usually might think is only from movies, I guess. Seeing in a longer format, I guess.
I kind of like. I'm starting to kind of almost really prefer Marvel's take on trying to do TV format because it's not too long.
Yeah.
And it's not too short. It's just we have a concentrated story and we're able to. There's not a ton of like pure padding in most of those and most of these shows. Yeah. And so I think
just
that
feels
might
like
be why
long movies.
Yeah. And so I think that's why Doctor Strange, I think, felt so rushed, especially because it was like, well, we know you could slow this down. Like, they could have entered different universes like every episode for, 6 episodes. They could have told that story in 6 episodes.
But I think it will be difficult to. I don't think they want to do TV series for the big guns.
I've heard that Disney views shows as less of a big deal than the movies. The movies get a higher budget.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard too, which I always find is so funny because I always think TV shows have a lot more work attached to them as far as like, writing team and acting and stuff like that.
I think because of you're looking at it from the whole season maybe, I guess. I don't know.
There's that. I also think that the truth of the matter is that movies have just way more that goes into them. Way more polish, way more time crunches, just way more that goes into them. And also more people commit to watching one movie than a 6-episode series.
I really wonder how they measure success with the TV series.
Yeah, I don't
retention with subscribers kind of thing, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Because with a movie, you can literally measure how much you're selling.
Yeah, you can literally measure how many tickets and, how many weekends it stays open and all that kind of shit.
I think it does get just more people watch it, more views.
Yeah.
Because more people are going to watch a movie just for fun than commit to watching a show at home.
Yeah. I think the other problem, too, and this is, I think, just an issue that we've known for a while in the age of digital media, lots of places still measure success only by either the premiere of an episode for a TV show, like when it's first premiered, or like the opening or first month weekend of ticket sales at a movie theater. Remember Disney was the one that was really kind of weird about like digital release on streaming platforms versus the ticket sales. And so for whatever reason, that's what they still measure things by. So I think that's also the problem too, is when you have a streaming show, you could maybe measure how many people watch the first episode, but then most people drop off. Well, not me, but a lot of people apparently drop off when you look at pure numbers. Not many people finish the run of the show except maybe the final episode. But a movie, it's a one-time thing. So
is it me or is it like TV series budgets are harder to look up?
It probably is.
Sure, yeah.
Because
I don't know why, but
recently there was like, I'm not sure what, but I think I saw on Twitter about like Netflix shows, and like the Stranger Things budget is 30 million per episode, which is pretty high, right?
Yeah, that's pretty high.
I think it's like their highest. I think. Yeah.
It probably
which
is
show?
Their highest.
Stranger Things.
Got it.
I think it's like their highest budget show or something.
I was gonna say, I feel like Moon Knight, the budget for it is definitely less. Like the number of special effects is less than like an average Marvel movie.
I could see that. I mean, I felt like I I really liked the effects with the cape, but there were a couple that looked a little less polished, so I can see that.
I just also think quantity. I just don't think there was that much. Like,
no, really, it was just only when he had the suit on and he jumped, I think, and some of the other stuff with.
I guess the
Khonshu.
afterlife a little bit in the finale,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. It's not that. Yeah, didn't seem
A
like
lot of it's
huge
green
amount.
screen, but a lot of it they can accomplish with green screen. But yeah, it's strange. Doctor Strange.
So yeah, what else did y'all do?
I don't think I did much else. I started watching this new anime. I haven't watched anime in years, actually. Not years, but like I don't watch a lot of anime these days. But have you guys heard of Spy X Family? It's one of the new ones that's come out.
I've heard
Yeah,
of it. I
I've
don't
heard
know
of it.
what it's about.
Okay, I've only seen 3 episodes of it. I didn't have a premium login, so I couldn't see the 5. I actually quite like it so far. It's only 3 episodes. It's very they really do lean into kind of the spy motif a bit, but it's actually rather heartwarming. I don't know. It's just an easy watch so far, and it's the characters are all. Do you guys know the premise at all?
I don't. I just assumed
Okay.
it was going to be like Assassination Classroom, but with a family.
Basically the premise is there's this guy who's like a super secret agent. They have these like made up countries that's literally just the West versus the East of like the Cold
Okay.
War, but they call it different. And his whole thing is he's a super spy, and so he's really good at disguises, and so he does all these things to help save, the country or whatever. And he's sent on a mission where he has to watch over like one of the main leaders of the opposing country because he's probably up to no good. But to do that, the best way to find him is through this prestigious school. So he needs to develop a family. So he has to go and adopt a little girl, and then eventually he needs to find a wife. So meanwhile, he's keeping the fact that he's a secret agent a secret. The little
I
girl
see.
he adopts has psychic telepath powers and can read minds, and so she's keeping that a secret from him, but knows he's a secret spy. And then this other woman, through weirdness, is also kind of looking for like a husband boyfriend, mostly just due to weird social reasons because she's super socially awkward.
The
But she's
wife is an
secretly
assassin, right?
But she's secretly
Right.
an assassin, yes. So the little girl knows this about them, but she's so young that she thinks they're really cool, but knows that they can't, but doesn't want them to know that she knows, because then they'll know she has secret telepath powers and they'll take her away again.
Oh.
So
Yeah, but no one knows about each other.
slice of life comedy.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind
It
of.
sounds like a
There's-
cross between.
There's some action in it too.
Right.
Oh, there was some anime I watched where it was about a telepathic boy in school, and his main goal in life was just to appear as normal as possible. So like he'd use his telepathic powers to read everyone's mind, so he could know like what score to get on a test, so he would be like middle of the class.
Yep. That's actually
What
one
it's
of the
called.
plots here.
I
Is
hope.
she?
Right. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that's actually one of the funny plots, because the little girl has to pass the test to get in this prestigious school, and the secret agent has a guy on the inside that basically just gives him the test. But she tries at first to just read everyone's minds to like see if she can figure out the answers, but everyone else is all the other little kids are freaking out. She passes. Spoiler alert, but it's still funny.
So
Did you guys watch any of is it like Make Love Not War, whatever that anime is called?
Yes, is that the
It was
one with
pretty
like the
cute.
super tired-looking blonde boy and the dark-haired girl?
Yes,
Yes, I've seen parts of
bit-
it. It is pretty cute.
it's pretty funny. I like that one a lot.
What were you gonna say, Shar?
Oh, I hope the fake countries that they name was like thought out a little bit, because fun fact, Transformers season 1, the old like the mid 80s first cartoon of Transformers, they had a Middle Eastern country that's not real that they name Carbomia.
What? Wait, how is that is that like it's the bad translation? I
No,
don't know.
it's the
That's-
Socialist Democratic Federated Republic of
Oh,
Carbomia, and
Oh
it's
my
literally car bomb ya,
Oh, wow.
and they
That's-
derive their wealth from oil, and they are very xenophobic,
Huh. That's
and it's only a population of 4,000 with 10,000 camels, the city. I'm just getting all this from the wiki.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
One or two of these of the voice actors left the show because of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean,
it was the 80s.
I love that recording. Like it's like mid-episode, and they're reading their line. Wait, it's called what? You just like take their headphones off and just leave.
Yeah.
I know. Oof. Good on them. It was not. He did not make a lot of money as a voice actor back then. You still don't, but still.
Something. 80s snowflake something. I guess whatever. Holy shit. Yeah. I do not remember this at all. As a kid, I would. Kids just watch.
Yeah, you just watch shit. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the names of the countries are not. They're not that bad.
They're not Carbomia. Okay. They're not Carbomia bad.
I think they're still not great. So the country that the secret agent is from is Westalis, so west.
Okay.
And the country that he's tasked to watch over because the guy may be, starting a war is Ostania, Ostania. So to me, I don't know. It sounds a little like Russian sounding, for lack of a better word. And the name of the leader he's spying on is named Donovan Desmond for the National United Party within Ostania. So
Donovan
take that as
Desmond? That sounds so American almost. How is that
Kinda,
Russian?
yeah.
Right.
Well, he does adopt because we only know the main character who's the spy guy. He only calls himself Agent Twilight. I don't even know if he has a real name. But the alias he makes for the family is Lloyd Forger, and he's a blonde-haired guy. So they don't really say that like this is in Japan. They make it very much like these are two separate countries. So I think the woman that he's marries, is Ostanian, but we don't know too much about her yet. And the little girl, there's probably a lot more going on than we know.
Netflix.
Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Crunchyroll. Yeah. I've only seen the first 3
I
episodes.
can't get Crunchyroll here, so I'ma download it.
That's fair. I rather like it. I think it's very charming.
I've been
and
hearing good
slice
things
of life.
about it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's one of like the new hot ones,
sweet.
right?
Yeah. I think it's very sweet and charming.
I love
and
that.
it just seems very cute. Yeah.
Animes.
And I think what I like about them is everybody's like kind of messed up in a way. Like the guy is trying to like overplan everything. The girl is extremely socially awkward, and the little girl is like, I can read people's minds, and I just want a family to love me, and just pulls everybody together. And it's just very sweet for what I've seen so far. I kind of rooting for the two to like stay together as a romantic couple because they're actually really cute.
I can't watch these like serious animes. Okay, so I like serious and I like really sad animes, like your name, those kind of things, which doesn't have a sad ending, but it has a really sad moments and stuff.
Sure.
Pulls at your heartstrings,
right?
Yeah.
And I also really like Spy X Family kind of animes, like just really cute, heartwarming. I can't watch stuff like Attack on Titan anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like those like shonen that tries too hard.
Yeah, it's just kind of cringe and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels dragged out too.
They really do drag it out. Yeah.
But Attack on Titan is actually like finished, right? Proper. Like last season,
I think it finally
episode.
has. Yeah, I think it finally did.
Yeah, like,
I think so, yeah, because there was a ton of... I finally decided to sit down with the Wikipedia and just read it all the way through, because when it first came out, I was in college, and it was... I don't know if you guys remember, but it came out during the time when, like, stories with sad endings where people die was, like, all the rage. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it came out the same time that Hunger Games got popular and that Game of Thrones got popular. So it was all this, like, fairy tales aren't real and there's only death kind of thing. And I couldn't get into it because I don't have a fear of this, but eating people, like eating like live people, it really like it gives me like such heebie-jeebies, and I play Zero Escape series games.
I look at it as quite a bit of a horror type thing as well.
Yeah, and it is kind of meant to be, and it's just there's just something about like
body horror porn almost.
It really is, and body horror is just not. It's one of my
Not my thing. Yeah.
I can't even explain why, but it's just one of my things that I need like content warnings for.
It's
'cause
like
I do
mainstream vor.
Yes, it's just one of my like kind of factors. I can't handle that. And like I said, I play gladly the Zero Escape series games. So bloodshed I am not afraid of. But that is just too much for me. And so I never watched it. I'd have friends that wanted to, and I watched like the first 2 episodes, and I was like, I'm good actually.
Younger me
I'll watch
liked it.
something fun.
Younger me liked
Yeah,
it.
a lot of
I watched the
people
first 2-3 seasons, I think.
did. Yeah,
But
yeah. A lot
a
of
lot
people
of
did.
this, like, as soon as the mystery starts to get explained, it kind of gets more cringe.
Yes. which I think was I
Or
feel like
it's
in
just
a lot
like
of that
kind of
shonen.
like, this is the reason. Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of, it's almost like they were writing it with no end in mind, and they just had to make shit up as they went. You know, like, maybe it's not
Exactly.
that, or maybe, you know, from the start they're like, let's do this, and it's like, I don't know. It just
I was about
doesn't
to
resonate with me.
say the same thing. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It was like, it always just seemed, and they're not the only ones who have done it. I just feel like in recent memory, they're the biggest ones to have done it. I would argue, even though this is a very beloved anime, that Evangelion kind of does the same shit.
Oh.
Like, there's this mystery, and then once you get closer to the answer, you're like, I feel like
that's
it was
also
worse.
another one of those like smart animes that I enjoy. I still
Yep.
do enjoy it if I want to rewatch like the new. That's like a bunch of new movies or something, right? That
Yeah. Mhm.
remakes, right? I
Yes.
think I'll still enjoy it, but I don't enjoy the discussion around it.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's,
It's
one of those.
I'm
I'm so smart. I watch Evangelion. You just watch Attack on Titan.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of
Okay.
those. No offense to the two of you, because I know you like this show, but it is to me. It's like talking to anybody who likes Rick and Morty. I
Oh,
appreciate.
I don't
the
like
show.
Rick and Morty.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I thought you did. I'm sorry. I
like it.
appreciate. I am totally fine with those who like it,
So
and I
Sarah's,
probably
you're
can get
only
along
attacking
with you.
Fold right now.
I don't
Sorry, I'm
stain
sorry,
it.
folks.
Yeah.
Use the
I know.
word
But that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
is you're not one of those people. But
The
it's like it's
stans.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you can appreciate the show, but I don't know if I want to meet your fan base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those kinds of things. That's how I feel like with Evangelion.
I do
Even,
look like somebody who would like Rick and Morty, don't I? Right?
I just thought the two of you had talked about it. I'm
Right,
sorry,
right.
and so I thought you did. Because I know I'm kind of in the I thought I was in the minority of people who was like, like I'm not even a huge fan, and this is a not very actually with you guys, but I am not a huge fan of South Park myself. For
I thought
myriad
you
of
liked
reasons.
Rick and Morty.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I
Okay,
never
okay,
really got
okay.
into it.
Right.
I know of it, and I've watched a few episodes, and I've laughed at a few parts, but it's very much like South Park. Like, overall, it's just not my kind of show, in general.
I think out
I
of
don't know how to
all
explain
the
it.
like satirical parody kind of like, you know, your Family Guy, those kind of things,
Yeah.
I think South Park is the best.
Yeah, there's just some parts of it that, to me, I understand what they're trying to do, but I guess I'm just a prude, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool, another fart joke kind of thing. And I know that's not what they're trying to do, and I know they've even had some really interesting commentary. Their World of Warcraft episode is pretty funny. And I even saw their latest one on coronavirus, and that was pretty funny.
Right.
But as a
I
whole,
wonder if
it's
they're
just
gonna do
not-
one on like abortions.
Oh, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if they've done it before, why not?
They've
They
done
must
it
have done it before. I don't know. It seems like they must have.
Mm.
I think they must have. I think. I'm sure it had to do with aliens. But didn't one of their video games have a whole like scene about that?
I finished.
don't know, maybe
The
I finished
Stick of
Centaur
Truth.
World.
Oh, did you?
Oh, you
Yeah.
watched all of it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's not like
I-
it's not like I'm not gonna stand it like Steven Universe or She-Ra,
Yeah.
but I think I
Yeah.
quite like it. Everybody's
Yeah.
very cute,
Yes.
and I'm actually interested and kind of excited for season 2.
Yes. Yeah. Season 2's different. I will say.
Wait, is it out?
Oh yeah. Season 2
Oh,
is
okay.
out. Well, I assume you haven't seen.
Wow.
I assume you haven't seen season 2 yet.
No,
Because
I
actually,
haven't.
I technically haven't watched the last 2 episodes of season 2, and I still need to. It's different, I will say. I feel so far, without having seen the ending, I kind of like season 1 better. But it's
Okay.
not bad. It's just different.
Mm.
Not different. I don't know how to explain it. The pacing is just not what I expected. I think. While the first one, it felt like it was very like on to the next thing.
Yeah, because
the
like every
pacing's-
episode they get a key, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. The second season so far, the pacing has been a little topsy turvy, but it's been a minute since I gotta watch the last 2 episodes. But yeah, it's it's also just got such memorable lines.
I just really like how weird it is, honestly.
I know. I do too. I love the weirdness. This weird I think the weirdness is so good. That's my favorite part of it.
Do you guys also like Adventure Time, or does it not work for some other reason?
It doesn't work for me.
I honestly just haven't been able to sit down and watch it, to be honest with you. I probably would like it, but it came out around the time when I stupidly kind of held into the whole Cartoon Network's not the way it used to be anymore, and so I didn't watch it. And now, if I had watched it back then, I probably would have liked it, but now it just feels like a lot to get into.
It could be one of those shows where like people will say, "Oh, you gotta give it like an entire season or something."
Exactly.
I watched the first couple episodes, and it wasn't for me.
I feel like if I just sat down and watched it, I would like it, because it's probably very much like trying to get through season 1 of Steven Universe. It gets good eventually.
Yeah, it gets good eventually.
I feel like it's more comparable to Centaur World.
Gotcha. That's fair. But yeah, I just haven't sat down to actually, because I know there's a lot of episodes now. And I feel like some of the cool payoff, I would have to wait a bit, which is not against the show. It has a good payoff. I just haven't sat down and watched it.
Right.
So, but good. Yeah, I don't think I really did anything else. I'm trying to think. I haven't really been playing any real new games or anything. I am tempted to try to get back into Dragon Age, because I never technically finished that series, but I haven't yet.
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah. So, okay, this is a very embarrassing fact. Because, Sarah, you like BioWare. You never finished Dragon Age 1? Let me explain.
You didn't finish Origins?
I didn't, but I can explain why. I have an explanation. So, the short story is that by the time that I was trying to really play it, 2 had been out for a while, 3 was coming out. It was on my janky Xbox 360, and it's the system that I got slowly worse at, and so I just kind of lost my patience. The long story is, I of course played it when it first came out, but I tried to play it as a rogue character. And so I first tried to play it, and I did not get very far, because playing rogue in that game is really hard, as it turns out, but nobody told me that. So I tried to play it, and then I didn't get very far, and one of my brother's friends who... they're not
kind
friends
of rogue?
anymore, and he was...
Like knives? Like backstabby?
Yeah, backstabby
Because
rogue.
Archer, I think, is quite good. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly,
I was
Archer's...
a backstabby rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, I was dual dagger rogue. So one of my brother's friends, who they're not friends anymore, but he was a huge asshole, was like, "Oh, you built the rogue wrong," which is like my worst nightmare, is playing an RPG game being told I built my character wrong.
Right.
And so I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you built it wrong. I don't know, man. You might as well just start over." So I did. At this point, Dragon Age 2 is ready to come out. So I try to replay it. I try to build it again, and I try to build it properly. And I got a little farther, but I kept getting stuck once again. So, of course, I'd put it down and just play other games, because I was getting frustrated. And then I was told, "Oh, Sarah, rogues are really hard. Just play a mage. It's way easier." Well, by the time I do that, Dragon Age 3 is out. And so I do. I actually give it a good college shot, and I'm actually almost done with it. But by the time I was doing this, I was going through college and didn't have a ton of time to play games. And it was on my, an old Xbox 360. That's where I had it on. And just haven't set it up and actually played it ever since. So that's why I never finished it. So
I don't think it will be done, but I kind of wish it got a Mass Effect Legendary Edition treatment to it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna fork out more money for games I already have, though.
I know.
Because, I don't know, I feel like Mass Effect needed it more than Dragon Age. Especially the first game.
Yeah, their PC version, which they've done a little bit of some polishing on, apparently is pretty decent.
I think I think the Dragon Age Origins PC version is considered the best version, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But I played it on the PS3 though.
Yeah, I have it. My brother actually gifted it to me one holiday, and I have it downloaded. I just don't want to start over for a 4th time. That's the problem. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this all over again. My plan is to go on easy mode.
Play it on easy.
Yeah,
I'm
playing on easy mode. And, playing on mage, easy mode.
Turn off friendly fire, because mage has a lot of AoEs.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not turning that on. Are you kidding me?
When I was
then
playing it with the mage, I was like, holy shit, this game is easy. And then I saw friendly fires turned off. I'm like, okay, yeah. If I turned it on, all my characters would die because I just spam AoEs everywhere.
Exactly. So it's just, my brain's like, but I want to do it because I know they're talking about 4, and I never actually, like, I played parts of 2, like, just to try it out, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I actually, like, avoided most spoilers for 3, except for a couple. And so I'm like, I just need to do this. I'll actually like 3.
I've been very tempted to buy Star Wars KOTOR on the Switch because it's an actual proper remaster.
Oh, I forgot that that was a thing, yeah.
And they haven't announced releasing it on PC or anything. So PC is still just the old versions. I know you can like, you know, use mods and stuff. But I just like the idea of like having it handheld or playing it on a controller, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then it is remastered. And they already teased KOTOR 2. But I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have that mod to restore all the content, I'm guessing.
I know. Well, that's the problem with KOTOR 2 is it was such a bad, buggy game. There was so much missing from it. So I feel like if they do a remaster, they're going to have to really go in there and scrub some things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've been feeling, ever since I've been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I've been having this feeling of wanting to play all RPGs again.
Oh, those good old days. Fun times.
So what else did you do?
I think that's kind of it for me. Fo, you haven't mentioned what you did. What'd you do?
After Bubba Hotep, I watched, or maybe I had the years wrong. Bubba Hotep from 2000. From 2010, I watched a movie called Rubber. Have you guys heard of this movie?
No.
The first premise is it's about a tire that gains sentience and then rolls around and kills people with its mind.
Is it also Bruce Campbell?
There's nobody that I recognize in this film. And so I watched this film, and I thought, oh, it's going to be a really cheesy, really campy horror film. And it's a lot more than that. I don't want to really spoil it for you, but it's actually really funny. And meta. It's very meta in a not obnoxious way.
It's French. That's why you didn't... It's in English, but it's a French movie. Probably that's why you don't recognize any of the actors.
That could be. I mean, it looks like it was shot in like the deserts around LA. But I don't know.
Oh, no, they actually have a lot of American actors actually in this. Interesting.
Say the name for me one more time.
Rubber.
2010.
Trying to see if it's what I think it is, but I thought that movie was made before 2010. Oh, no, it's what I think it is. Yep, I saw this movie.
It was pretty funny. There's some twists I didn't see coming.
It's something. We watched it as a
breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's self-aware, which is what I like about it, I guess. I don't know.
It's quite self-aware. It's an experience. I would definitely say if you decide you want to drink, I'd get a nice drink and some popcorn and settle down.
It's only like 68 minutes long, so it's not that big a commitment.
Yeah, it's really not that long. Yeah.
I'm trying to look for Spy X Family to download. Episode 1, Episode 2, Episode 4. No, Episode 3. What the fuck?
What?
Yo.
Episode 3 is like one of the better ones, too.
What the hell?
That's weird.
That is very fucking weird.
But yeah, that's so funny. Rubber. Oh man, that brings me back to college. That's when I first saw it. I had a friend that was like, "You have to watch this movie."
I remember when it came out, and be like, "I'll watch this eventually," and then I just forgot about it because I didn't think it would be like, good. I thought it'd just be like really cheesy, like Hobo with a shotgun, or I don't know, like these that are trying to be at the next room. But it was not that. That was good.
Yep, it's got some meta. It does have some meta commentary about.
Like I think it's legitimately a good film. It's not like a great film, but like I think it's not ironically good. Like I think it is actually a decent movie.
It is something else. It's something else.
I finished season 2 of Picard. Ended. It was okay. I think season 1 was a lot better. Fortunately, the new Star Trek show is already airing, and that's been very good. Although I will say, I feel like across these Star Trek shows, they have like 3 characters, or at least 3 like lineages. Because Khan Noonien Singh, he was originally famous for being the creator of Data, and then he shows up in Picard, played by Brent Spiner, and then he's in Picard season 2 again, even though they're back in time as like his own ancestor, and now like a different Noonien Singh is in the new Star Trek show, and like Kirk's dad is in this show. It's just like, why? Like, just give us, I don't know. Like, it kind of crossed the threshold where I'm like, just create some new characters, guys. Like, it doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, this person's grandma knew this person's grandma. Like, I don't care. Like, just be a little more creative.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of shows, not a lot of shows, but I could definitely see Star Trek suffering from that, even though for the first, like, couple of iterations of it, nobody was connected to anybody. So why is that such a big deal? But people are a sucker for nostalgia, or they think we are, so I get it.
Yeah, because it's not even, it goes beyond Easter egg, right? Because it's such like, it's like a core character at this point. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't hate it. I was tired of it in Picard. The new show, I'm not tired of it yet because it's only 2 episodes, so I don't know how big a deal it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
The show itself is structured really well, so I'm liking that.
Good.
What else did I watch? Oh, this isn't really worth talking about. I watched an old Jimmy Stewart movie from the 50s called Bell, Book, and Candle, where a witch basically casts a spell to make him fall in love with her. And it's just one of those old movies where it's like, you act like it's just weird. Like he breaks up with his fiancée like the day of their wedding, and like the happy ending of the film is like him being like, oh, who's to say what love was real and which part was magic? I love you. It's like, this is it's like, I don't know if she raped him, but like, it's not good, guys. Like,
I don't know about that.
It's not happy. She used magic.
Who does he end up with?
The witch.
Oh, wow. That actually surprises me. I only say that because sometimes those old movies, sometimes the tale is that they go back to the sweet home girl after they,
once he breaks up with her on the wedding day, she's out of the movie.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's disturbing. All right, cool.
It's just,
I guess.
It's like, I don't know who to root for here. You're all awful people. Like, I feel bad for Jimmy Stewart, but then it's just like, oh, no, I don't know. It's weird.
I guess they deserve each other then.
Yeah, I guess so. Have you watched a show called Utopia?
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 No. Utopia? I don't think so.
I haven't started watching it yet, so I was kind of soliciting more opinions. It came out in 2022. The overview is, a group of young adults who met online are mercilessly hunted by a shadowy deep state organization after they come into possession of a near mythical cult underground graphic novel.
Huh.
Stars John Cusack and Rainn Wilson, and then a bunch of children. It's got... Oh, wait. Oh, what was it? Somebody said it was good. The thing I'm looking at right now says it's a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is almost in that sweet spot of like, what's going on? Like, it's not bad enough to be good, but now I'm curious.
But now you're curious what makes it actually that low. Yeah.
Yeah, because like 50% is almost like the worst rating a thing can get, right? It's just not. It's not going to be so bad it's good. It's definitely not going to be so good it's good. It's just, is it going to be boring? Is it going to, I don't know. I'm very curious now.
Is it boring? Does the story not make sense? Like, is the dialogue really cheesy? Like, what's happening here?
I don't know.
Now you have to for science, I guess.
I am more tempted now after seeing that. That piques my interest a little more. But I think that's pretty much it for stuff I watched. Yeah. The trailers before Doctor Strange, I was not expecting to care about Top Gun 2 or Avatar 2, but both those trailers were pretty decent.
They were decent. I never actually watched Avatar all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I never actually I got the gist. Yeah, I know the gist of it. I know the story. I know everything that's happening. I just never actually sat down and watched it all the way through. I never saw it in theaters because my family didn't really have a care for it, and I didn't either. And
it's one of those movies where it's not good, so I don't want to spend money on it. But a lot of the value comes from the spectacle. So it's I do want to see it in theaters. So it's I'm torn.
That's kind of the problem. So I have no idea if I'll see the second Avatar. Rumor has it that he's making 3 more movies or something.
There's supposed to be a bunch. Because I remember hearing a rumor that they were each the second one was going to be a different planet in the same solar system as the first planet. but this one clearly takes place in the same planet as the first one, so I don't know if that rumor
Yeah.
was just wrong or if I misremembered it or what.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but be curious to see. But yeah, I hear they're gonna make 2 more after the second one, make some kind of group of 4, which very interested to see how you can extend this story without.
Wait, how many
introducing
years
a lot of-
apart are these in terms of release dates, not in terms of setting? Like it's like
Oh,
been like
release
10
dates?
years, right?
Yeah, I was in high school, so I think it's more like
More than
12
that.
years.
Yeah, so if we have to wait 12 more years for the next one, I mean, good luck, I
know.
guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they even have the same actors come back? Because there's no way they sound the same.
I would be very surprised if Sigourney Weaver came back. I expect the main guy, Sully, probably came back.
Yeah.
Sully was the character,
so.
not I don't know the actor's name. But the best trailer, the trailer that I was most excited about, because I didn't really have anything going in, I'm actually really looking forward to the Buzz Lightyear movie now.
Really?
I kind of am too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of am too. I really didn't see many of the previews at all. So the preview ad that I saw for Doctor Strange, I was like, oh, there's more to this than I thought there was. Now you have my attention.
You mean the Buzz Lightyear movie?
Yeah.
Because I guess the movie is basically like Andy's world's Star Wars. So like Andy watches this movie that we're gonna
Wait.
see, this Lightyear movie we're gonna see, and then decides to buy
I
a
thought
Buzz
it's a
Lightyear action
real
figure.
astronaut. No, it's a fictional movie. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, see, I thought the same thing. I think that you're saying, Shara, was meant to be like, so, obviously there's Buzz Lightyear, like the toy, but this is like the history. But no, it seems a little fantastical. So I think it's meant to be like, yeah, Andy Star Wars.
Right.
Because I thought the same thing, but no, it's like, it's definitely, according to the preview, like it's definitely meant to be more fantastical.
Who's the voice?
really
Is it Chris Pratt?
I think it's Tim Allen
no.
still.
No. It's
Oh, it's
no,
not?
it's
Okay. Oh, good.
it's the other Chris, not Chris Pratt.
Pine. Is it Kirk? Or no, is
I
it
didn't think- I-
Chris
No,
Evans?
No, I
Is it
think it's
Christian
Cap.
Bale?
I think it's Evans.
Oh,
I think it's
Okay.
Evans.
Captain America.
Sorry, I couldn't think of Cap's name. I was like, I think it's Captain America. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
it is.
him.
I
'Cause
know
it
Taika
sounds like
Waititi's
him.
in it too.
Yeah, I just found out Taika
Yes.
Waititi is in it.
I recognize his voice from the trailers.
Yes.
Honestly, the next Marvel one I'm excited for is Thor's, just because it's Taika. Honestly, it's
I am
just
excited
because
for
it's
it.
Taika.
Right, same reason. The trailer does nothing for me, but I'm
Right.
still
It
looking
does nothing.
forward to
It
it.
actually, the trailer makes me kind of almost not look forward to it,
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to trust Taiki
And
a little bit.
anything
I
with-
could, yes, yep.
Anything with Chris Pratt in it dives my interest, but
Yes.
Taika brings it back up because Taika is just
Yes.
such a better person.
And I'm looking forward to Natalie Portman.
Also
And
that.
even though the trailers aren't showing it, I'm very curious to see Christian Bale as the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was supposed to be in it. Okay, that's interesting.
The trailers don't show it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be a big reveal. Maybe they'll
I mean-
be like, yeah, I already know.
I like Korg and all, but I just like Taika's style. I'm just interested
Sure.
in his the entire movie
Same.
because of him, not just for Korg.
Yes.
Chris Pratt,
Same.
I just wish he would stop being a thing, but I know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
He's very pivotal.
Hmm.
I think he's
Yeah.
also very widely liked, actually, still.
Very
weirdly.
much so, yeah. To be honest, the reason why I kind of dislike him is because of his religious views. Quite honest with
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah, no,
That's
but
definitely
that's
a
I mean,
factor.
that's honestly because actually his behavior, from what I understand, hasn't been like the worst ever. Like I'm not hearing any abuse and things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
But
no
the
Sean
religious-
Penn.
Yeah,
Yeah. But the religious aspect is very like, oh, I thought you were better than this kind of
There
kind
was
of
also
shit right
that-
now.
But why
did do
do
that
we think
weird
we're
thing-
better than that? Why do we
He
think
did
he's
do
better?
that weird thing in Parks and Rec where he basically flashed Amy Poehler.
Yeah, that's
That was a
true.
little
Yeah,
inappropriate. That crossed
Wait,
the
yeah.
line.
Oh,
in
was
my
it like
opinion.
a non?
There's a scene where she opens the door and he's supposed to be naked,
Right.
but in real life he got actually naked, so her reaction is genuine. But also, don't show people your genitals when they aren't expecting it and non-consensual. Blah 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 blah.
Was he
Yeah.
not very Christian during Parks and Rec or something?
That's a good
Not-
question. I don't know if
Let's
he
see.
really got into religion because of the the power he could get through it kind of thing, through his connections. Isn't he married to like Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, it's like he's married into the JFK family, right? He's like married to a Kennedy or something crazy. Like
Yeah,
Really?
so my tinfoil hat is because he was married. He divorced his first wife,
Yeah.
and my tinfoil hat is
'Cause that
that
was,
he
what's
divorced
her
her.
Scary
I
movie.
forget her name. Anna
Ferris.
something, I think.
Anna
That one.
Ferris.
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
She
Like
remarried
a-
Dax
right.
Shepard, right?
Actress, comedian. Right.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. That makes sense. But anyway, my tinfoil hat is that they broke up, and that part of it, that's kind of when he got descent into kind of the bit of that radical religion, I think, and because I think it's a little radical, maybe not super radical, but just a little bit. So radicalized, I should say, and then married someone else who is someone famous, but also deeply in the religion as well. So that's my tinfoil hat, but I also don't care enough to really want to delve deeper. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, he's gonna be in the movies for the time being until I guess he decides he doesn't want to be. I at least prefer his character as Quill over his character in Jurassic
For
World,
sure.
personally.
Right.
But that's just my personal opinion.
I'm not looking forward to the third volume of Guardians of the Galaxy. Not really. Just like, he is Mario, I guess.
I'm not going to see that movie.
I'm not saying that.
Are any
I'll
of you
the
going to
reviews.
see what's the movie that came out pretty recently? The was it Just Cause? What was the one with Tom Holland that just came out where it's a video game?
Uncharted?
Uncharted. Are you guys going to see that? I don't have any
no.
intention to see it. I'll see Sonic 2
No.
before I see that.
Sonic 2 apparently is pretty good, actually.
That's what I heard. I
haven't played Uncharted,
I've
so I
never-
don't really have any.
I've never watched Sonic 1
Same,
too.
I don't either.
Right. I mean, Uncharted is like, I don't know. It feels very like, Uncharted is very much like
reflexes.
the lore is not why people like the game. I'm
They
not
like
sure.
it because of the janky fit, the funky physics, right?
And also the
Yeah.
characters.
That's the one with the grappling
Like, the
hook and
characters.
rockets and stuff.
I don't know
Oh,
how
okay.
you're gonna.
Or am I confusing it with Just Cause? I can't keep track.
Oh
which
no,
one
that's
has
Just
the-
Cause. You're thinking Just Cause.
That's a grappling hook. one?
Uncharted
Okay.
is that Sony franchise, which is like male Tomb Raider.
Yeah, it's male
Uh,
Tomb Raider, that's what I was going to say.
So,
It's-
which is funny is it's probably one of the few examples where you can say, "Oh, this is a male version of this really popular female character." Just
Yep. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Makes me smile.
yeah,
It's just Indiana Jones.
yeah. So like, so yeah, it's like it's not like the lore that's interesting. At least not for me. For me, like when I play the games, it's like the beautiful environments, the adventure of it, and the characters. That's what makes the franchise, I feel. And if you're gonna translate characters that people already know and love into a movie, the casting has to be like perfect. And I'm not even sure if perfect casting for this exists. Because everybody already
So-
has an idea of the characters
Yeah.
in their head. And a lot of people
So
don't like
I-
Tom Holland's
yeah.
casting because he's just too young,
Too young.
boyish,
He's a bit
whatever.
of a baby.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a baby.
He'd be good casting for Tintin if they make a live action Tintin.
If they ever do. My theory, actually, about why Uncharted is kind of a difficult movie to make. It has to do with my theories of any video game movie. According to my totally anecdotal research, I have found that most video game movies that are successful, not all, but most who are successful, seem to follow on one principle, which is they don't try to retell the story fully. They try to more take the universe of where that takes place and try to follow the universe to kind of make like a side story. Not all the time, Resident Evil, I'm looking at you, but that seems to be like when they just try to like honor the story, what the setting is about, and try to kind of make a story within that setting that makes sense. That's where I've seen is most successful. Pokemon Detective Pikachu, I think, is like one of the biggest examples of this. You're not gonna make a live action Ash Ketchum. You just can't. But you know, they make their own kind of world of Pokemon, which we see in the Pokemon games, and then make their own thing from there and take, you know, notes from that. Tomb Raider is an interesting example, the later Tomb Raider movie, because it use all the characters, but it still like follows a lot of the spirit, even if it's not exactly following the game. What's another example? I guess Sonic kind of is. I'm not a huge Sonic person, and the first movie was very meh for me. I didn't really like it that much, but a lot of people did. What's another
That's
good
weird.
example of an actual
Of a good
good
one?
video game movie? Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one.
Doom's not good, right? I haven't seen it. The old Doom.
Doom's not good. No, Doom's pretty awful. A lot of those older video game movies, they tried to like kind of do a side story, but they don't pay attention to the setting at all. So like the Resident Evil game,
Sure.
Resident Evil movies were kind of meh about that. Mario, stuff like that. So that's my theory. So I think with Uncharted, that's just kind of one of the hard things because you're trying to kind of follow the story with the same characters, and to me, that's always a little like. Monster Hunter was not good because they didn't really respect the setting at all, even if it was a side story. So yeah, that's my theory.
I like this theory and I agree with it, but it's the new Halo, which I'm not watching, is getting destroyed as a show for not following the story a little better.
Fair enough.
Is it even about Master Chief?
I think so. I think he takes his helmet off, and I think he even has like a kiss relationship with characters and stuff now, which is people are really mad about.
Yeah, but I guess again, their takes, because I feel like usually if you're able to avoid like making like Detective Pikachu, I feel like worked out so well because yes, we know the Pokemon, but otherwise your characters were not like exactly from the show. They were able to come alive within a setting of the show, and so I feel like that's still it's a problem.
I don't know if this is a video game movie. Technically, it is definitely a video game movie, but I don't know if it really is. Tron is a good film.
That's true. I guess like Tron didn't come from a video game first, though, did it?
No,
or did it?
Oh, I thought it did, but I actually don't know.
No.
I'm pretty sure
okay.
it made a video game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of those.
I knew of the
in
video game
80s.
before I knew about the movie, but both
That's
are before
fair.
I was born. So
Oh, you mean like
Yeah,
the
well,
really
same.
old video
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Not like the newer
Yeah, the
first
arc-
person.
No, like the arcade.
I don't even know what game you're
style
talking
one.
about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like a pretty good like first person or third person action Tron game. Yeah.
Yeah, the game I'm thinking of is basically like competitive Snake, kinda.
Yeah.
Right, with the light cycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think the movie came first. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
the
pretty
80s,
sure.
That
so
would make more
that
sense
happened a
when
lot.
I think about it.
Or if it didn't come first, it came with it, which was a
Sure.
lot of 80s stuff, which was, we're going to make
This-
toys and you're going to make a show out of it.
This reminds me, I don't think I ever watched that bad movie with Adam Sandler, who was like, video games are real and they're destroying the world and we have to save them.
Yeah, I never
I
watched
forgot that
it
existed
either.
until just now.
Was that a Pac-Man thing?
I mean, it had Pac-Man, it had Space Invaders, probably had
What's it
Pong,
called?
probably had Tron,
I think
probably
Space
had
Invaders was like the
Rampage.
last boss or something too. Something like that.
Yeah. It also had
Is it just called a
what's his
video
name?
game movie?
Tyrion Lannister was in
Pixels.
it. Pixel was
called
the film.
Pixels was the movie with Adam Sandler, and yes, Peter Dinklage was in it. Yeah,
Peter
that movie
Dinklage, thank you.
looked straight up awful.
It looked offensive in a not like a non-literal way, but just like an art way. Like, this is just bad. Like,
Yeah.
people spent money to make this. I don't.
Yeah, and especially for me, So I'm about to get on my high horse a little bit. When it comes to any of these like satirical video game movies, they're always very, very centered on white cis man, straight man experience stuff,
Sure.
and there's always one female character off to the side, and so but with a bunch of other like male cis white straight characters, and so it's just very like I can't even appreciate the jokes. Because they are not my
really
experience.
was not entertained by New Guy, or what was that? Their most recent Ryan Reynolds film.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people that liked it. You weren't a fan?
I don't hate it. I was just
Free Guy.
I was just kind of bored by it. Free Guy, thank you.
Free Guy, right?
Yeah.
He plays an NPC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly I was avoiding it because I thought it wasn't great. As much as I like Ryan Reynolds, I was like, and then I heard a lot of people that liked it, so I was like, okay, but I don't know if it's really for me.
I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 10, 4 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It just, I mean, it's hard. It's just, it doesn't, I don't know. It'd be better if it just took place like in the Matrix or something, but like, it's just one of those things where like, I've played video games. I know how video games are supposed to work. This doesn't work. I couldn't suspend my disbelief well enough. And it's all these really
Yeah.
dramatic moments. They're just like, I've seen cooler things in actual video game. I don't know.
Yeah, if
wasn't good.
if I'm gonna watch a movie that like kind of pokes fun at video games and stuff like that, Even though it was just a total like market grab. I'm gonna watch Wreck-It Ralph.
I was gonna say Wreck-It Ralph is the best one.
Wreck-It Ralph did it well, even though I will admit, especially number 2, it was tons of like obvious marketing placement, but it was the internet, so what are you gonna do? But still, like it was still really funny. Like they did a really good job with it. So I could, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. But yeah, if I'm gonna watch that, I'm just gonna watch Wreck-It Ralph. Everyone else seems to not know what they're doing. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm an old grognard yelling about why Big Bang Theory is not funny.
Big Bang Theory is very not funny.
Yeah, I'll watch clips of it and be like, haha, and then I'll be like, actually, wait. Someone explained it best, actually, is that Big Bang Theory is not a show for nerds. It's a show for other people to laugh at nerds.
It's weird, though, because my mother-in-law, who's a huge Trekkie, likes that show. And, like, their Star Trek jokes aren't even good. It'd be like, oh, look, I'm Data. My power is I'm very smart. It's like, we have seen Data, like, bend Borg in half. Like, he's got, I don't know, it's like, the writers just don't even know what they're making fun of.
Yeah, I totally.
And I don't know what my mother-in-law sees in it. I don't know.
I think my mother-in-law loves that show, too, now that I think about it.
What? Okay.
I know, what a weird connection.
I like jokes I can recognize as jokes.
Kinda, I think. Yeah. In the case of my mother-in-law, it is very much like, my kids are both super big nerds. I kind of barely understand this, but I can kind of chuckle at
Isn't it like,
at these references.
I don't know. It feels like Big Bang Theory is like very much listing down shit people recognize, no?
Pretty.
I mean, it's basically, it's
sure.
like Ready Player One, right?
Right.
Yes.
It's like, oh.
Like, here's another good example of a Big Bang Theory joke. Character enters. I just finished playing D&D. Pause for hilarious laugh track. It's like, that's not a joke.
I know.
You just did a thing you did. Like, it's not inherently funny in any way.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry, we're getting super sidetracked, but this is kind of funny. Someone made a single clip. I wish they did more of these, but you guys know
Remove the laugh track.
There are a bunch where people removed the laugh track, which is pretty hilarious. But you guys know Final Fantasy X? Do you know the infamous Titus laugh?
The ha ha ha,
The ha ha ha! Yeah, that one. Someone just took a scene. I'll see if I can find it. They only did it once. They just took a random scene and replaced the laugh track with that, and it's pretty great. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
That is pretty
They
awesome.
only did one of these, and I wish they did more.
So what else did you do, Fo?
I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been playing League still against bots just as a way to get some dopamine.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So today's my last day of work at my current job. I have 3 weeks off. I have some plans, but
Nice.
hopefully I actually record something. The games I'm leaning towards right now, I haven't picked. I think the leader, the one I'm most likely to play is Control.
Nice. It's a good one.
Because it seems like it's not going to be too long. Because I also really want to play Death Stranding and Disco Elysium, but those are more of a commitment.
Yes. Ugh, I know, especially Disco Elysium.
Control can be pretty tough, honestly. Like the combat.
Can it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to reduce difficulty sometimes.
I don't want to do that, but I totally will if I have to.
It is fun though.
No one will know.
The viewers will know. The many viewers I get who pay close attention to everything I do. I would record this.
Fair enough.
I don't know. What else is on my list? Deep Rock Galactic came out with Season 2. I haven't really been playing it, though. Aliens Fireteam Elite came out with a new class. I played that for a little bit. I picked up a couple new games that I might play. 3 new games. I picked up Tomb of Annihilation, which is like a tactics D&D-ish kind of Pathfinder-y kind of game. East Shade, which is a walking simulator where you just kind of walk around and like make paintings. And Clid the Snail, which is Clid the Snail is a top-down twin-stick shooter.
Nice. Was it on sale or something?
All these were on sale.
Right. Steam?
Yeah. I also picked up Outward, which is on sale, but I don't know that I'm going to play it solo because it has co-op. But I don't have anyone else who has it, so I don't want to actually ever play it.
Nice.
And I saw you posted Get in the Car Loser. That one looks okay.
What?
You posted it on our Slack channel or Discord channel. You posted Get in the Car Loser, that game.
Oh, right.
Yes,
That one looks like it could be good.
Yeah, I gotta look. I gotta catch up on some of these games.
Yeah. I played a little bit of a game called Dorf Romantic. DORF space ROMANTIK. It's just a game where you are randomly given hexagons, and the hexagons have like types. Like each face of a hexagon have a type, like forest, city, water, whatever. And you just place them and you build out a landscape, and you get some points for like joining like to like, and sometimes you get quests like make a forest that's 5 continuous tiles and that kind of stuff. And it's just peaceful. Like nothing actually happens. Like there's no like there's not like people who live in the cities or
I was gonna say, I
traffic
thought you
or
were
anything.
describing Settlers of Catan for a second.
it's just a single player tile placement game though. It's kind of peaceful.
Fun. Nice. Yeah, I could use more peaceful games.
But yeah, that is it for me, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't really do much, honestly. I watched Doctor Strange. I watched Moon Knight.
Yes.
Been playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Basically the same shit for the past like couple months, I guess.
Yes.
The new stuff
Nice.
is probably all the shit behind me. So I got a McFarlane. So you know how like the DC toys are made by McFarlane, the McFarlane company.
Right.
So Batman Year 2. Batman Year 2 is really cool. So cool. It's it's like a blue Batman, which I kind of like actually. I really like the blue Batman. It comes with 2 capes. One is your normal cloth cape, which is always cool. And
I love cloth capes.
And one is like a static cape. Like it's not cloth, it's just static. And it's like really like it's just kind of engulfing.
Dramatic.
Like it's really big, dramatic,
Oh,
very
cool.
emo. And he comes also with a grave that you can put him on. So yeah. Very cool. Also got my.
It reminds me.
Yeah.
I did watch Batman. Did we talk about this last week?
Did we? No. So
I don't
what
think
did
we
you
did.
think?
I think I watched it recently.
'Cause I was afraid you wouldn't like it. What did you think?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched an hour and a half for 2 days. Basically, I split it into 2 movies. It was
Okay.
good.
Okay.
The weirdest part about it is just how upset the Riddler is at getting caught. And like, you accomplished a lot, sir. Like, you should
Wasn't
be very
his
proud.
plan to get caught?
I don't think so. I think he was upset because he doesn't kill Bruce Wayne, but he still like floods a chunk of the city and kills a ton of people. Like
The main,
he
if I
kinda
recall
won.
correctly, the big thing he was upset about was that Batman didn't agree with him.
I see.
He was doing this thinking that Batman, because that's the whole theme is, that's the whole theme behind Batman, I guess, spoilers, is that Batman says he's a force of vengeance, and he realizes that when people take that too seriously, which is what the Riddler did, it causes horrible things to happen. So the Riddler was supposed to kind of be this symbol of, you are vengeance, I have taken vengeance on these people, and Batman goes, oh shit, that went too far. And
Wait,
so
wait,
that's
wait,
the
wait,
whole,
wait, wait. So like, okay,
Yes.
Batman spoiler section, I guess. I'll put
Yeah,
like
sorry.
I'll put like a thingy. You know how like bottom
Yeah.
right we have an extra space thingy. I'll put like Doctor Strange 2 spoilers. I'll put Batman spoilers, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry.
Does he though? Does he actually realize? I feel like this Batman is really fucking stupid.
Oh, he says it right at the end. He's like,
No, because like
he
even
says-
his conversation with Catwoman pissed me off. I'm not sure. Do you remember that conversation with Catwoman?
Which conversation?
The one where the both of them are like at the top of this like construction site, and it was just the two
a
of
lot
them
of those.
talking about like, I think Batman said you always have a choice, and I'm just like, oh, something like that, because Catwoman like is a
There
criminal, right, or
were-
something.
There were a lot of preachy speeches that I didn't
Yeah, I don't like
pay
preachy
as close
speeches
attention
coming
to as
from
I
like
should have,
Batman,
probably.
because I don't know, Batman seems, I don't know. I mean, it's a cool costume character, but when it comes to like morality, Batman should be one of the last persons you.
I wanted more Alfred.
Yeah,
I really liked.
think I
Gordon.
agree with you. I would argue back that this is year 2 Batman. He's still he's still pretty young and angry. So in my opinion, this was meant for him to show growth in a lot of these areas.
That makes sense.
And
I think it's
so,
because like we know the character so well already. So whenever we watch like a very young version of the character, I don't know, it just pisses me off because you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense for the story he's in.
Yes, that's I think kind of the big thing to keep in mind. Part of the reason why I liked this movie is it's such a different timeline that we see of Batman. He says at the beginning he's been at this for 2 years, so he's very new. So he's probably like what, 26, maybe 30. I don't even think he's 30. Because you notice how like he doesn't even take the Bruce Wayne part seriously at all. He's like, I don't fucking want to talk to these people. He's super like awkward almost. He hasn't done the Bruce Wayne charm thing at all. So this is like how he starts. And so he's all about vengeance. He's all about being scary. And so at the very, very end, he's like, oh, I can't be a symbol of vengeance. I need to be a symbol of hope or something like that. Because that's what the whole thing with the Riddler was supposed to be, is like the Riddler took, I did vengeance for you, Batman. Aren't you happy? And the fact that Batman was like, no, what are you talking about? Confused the Riddler. That's why he was so upset. And that's why at the end he has the whole big, symbolism of him leading the people and being like, I have to be a symbol of hope. I have to help these people kind of thing. So that's what that whole thing was, which, yeah, very different Batman. But I would argue meant to be in that timeline. So that's why.
And Joker's
my
that
spiel.
Kid from the Eternals, right?
That's right. I forgot it was that actor. But yeah. So
the one that can, what was it, control
Also from
minds?
Dunkirk. Yeah.
Right.
I forgot it was that guy. Yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting. I have no idea if they're going to make a second movie, to be honest with you. I think this one did pretty well.
I think this one
but
did
it is
pretty
very different.
Like,
I think so.
critical reception was crazy for this
Critical reception was really good. Yeah, critical reception was really good. I have no idea what audience reception is going to be, so we'll see. But I know they want to do a second one. We'll just see if they're actually going to do it or not. But this is... Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was changing the topic.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say that, like, me personally, this is the only example of a DC gritty movie they've done so far that I've actually been okay with. So, that's all.
I think it was because it was gritty, but not... I don't think it was edgy, which is good.
Yeah.
I do want to hear about your second Batman statue in a second, but it just reminded me, another movie I watched that I would recommend is 1998's Dark City. It's a very weird movie. It predates The Matrix, but thematically it is very much like The Matrix, to the point where almost all of the rooftop settings of The Matrix are the same set pieces from Dark City. Dark City is basically a noir film about a guy in a city, and it turns out this city's... It's not like... He's not in a computer simulation, but it's also not a real city. It's being used by a higher power for things. So, it's interesting. It's not... I mean, it's a very weird kind of like... I think the movie probably airs too much instead of being pretentious, but it's still fun and weird. I like it has Kiefer Sutherland and Jennifer Connelly in it.
Very cool.
Anyway, yes. So what's your other Seth MacFarlane figure?
Show us more Batman.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Or is it not Batman? Is it Spawn? You're really being the Spawn now.
I did pre-order Spawn. Spawn, yeah. So it's not here yet, but it's a Spawn that comes with a throne. And
that sounds cool.
And his cape is like half of a cape, and then the other half you kind of attach it to the throne. So when he sits, it looks like it flows. Oh, it looks so cool,
nice.
Man! It's so cool. That was not out yet, though. I'm not sure when I'm.
I actually didn't know you liked Spawn that much. That's cool.
I'm not sure if I liked Spawn that much. I think more I just like the character. I think it's cool, and I really enjoyed the movie, the first movie. That was a really yeah. Honestly, it's one of the better.
With Joe
comic
Pesci was as what's his name?
No, not Joe Pesci.
Who am I thinking of? It's a different guy. It's a different guy.
The guy who played Luigi in the Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
John Leguizamo.
Yes, that one. Right.
As the Violator.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was good in that. I don't know. I really like John.
Awful, which is what you need.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's one of the better comic book movies like that came out in the 90s. It was a pretty decent movie. And I watched...
I haven't watched it in so long.
He was also in... what is that? Magic Disney movie?
John Leguizamo?
Magic
Who is
Disney
also...
movie?
John was one of the characters. He's like the brother that can see in the future, that can see future stuff.
Oh,
Pulling up his-
Encanto.
Encanto, yes. Thank you.
Oh,
I watched that recently too. I actually quite enjoyed
I
it.
didn't realize that.
I really like
People
that
were
one.
I
giving
really liked the house.
right. People
The
were
house was my
showing
favorite
me
part.
clips, not clips. People were letting me listen to the music, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not really into it. But watching the movie with the music, it was better. Like
It
the
is.
music in the
Sure,
context of
always.
the movie was better. It's not
Yeah.
one of those that I
My
can
favorite
listen
part
to
of
the music on its own.
musicals is the dancing.
It is, and they do a lot of. It's one of those like fantastical music videos. I love that style. So.
Oh, he
I
was
all over
Bruno.
it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes. Yep. He would
John
have been Bruno.
Leguizamo.
Also, apparently, he voices the Riddler in the Batman audio adventures,
Interesting.
which is it's a podcast series that I would recommend.
I got my first Spider-Man figure, Spider-Man 2099, part of the
Ooh.
retro packaging, and I got my first Spider-Man villain, Hob Goblin, also part of the retro packaging.
Hob Goblin always looks so cool.
Well, technically,
and
I have
don't think
Venom first, but you know.
I don't think I've ever seen a thing or read a thing that had the Hobgoblin in it. But he always looks so cool.
I kind of prefer his design over Green Goblin, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, he has like the glider, he has a pumpkin bomb, he has the man bag to put the pumpkin bombs in. He looks so nice. It's so
Right.
I love like orange on blue, that kind of like color.
Yeah, that's a good combo.
Very good combo.
I think my favorite Spider-Man villain, though, just in terms of powers, not in terms of anything else, I for some reason, maybe it's from like Mortal Kombat versus Marvel's Capcom, I really like Sandman.
I don't think was he ever in the games?
Maybe he's not.
He's in the
Not sure.
movie. Not with the games. He's in a movie.
They did a good job making him what's the word? Sympathetic.
Yes.
I did like
in the most recent in Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Which other than that was a weird movie, man. Not in a good way.
Nice. I
You didn't like
liked it.
Spider-Man 3?
Not really. I mean, it was okay.
I don't know. I just
You're not as fan
It's-
of Tom Holland Spider-Man though in general, right? Because
I'm
I like
not
Tom
either.
Holland
Oh, wait.
Spider-Man.
Which
I
Spider-Man
guess
3
the
we're
problem
talking
for
about?
me.
Because Sandman
Oh,
appeared in the
oh.
first
Right.
Spider-Man
Which
3.
Well,
And
because
also
he's in
the-
both threes.
He is yeah.
Shit.
I
Which
thought
one?
you were talking about the most recent one.
Oh,
but you meant
okay,
his
I thought
first
so,
too.
appearance.
I
No,
thought so too.
he's more sympathetic in the old one, right? Because they actually built his character up.
That's fair. Okay. Well. Okay.
And the new one
fair
is more
enough.
of a mention because they kind of assume people know, kind of thing. I guess. Yeah, he mentioned that he wants to go back to the daughter.
He gets his redemption, I guess, in the latest third. But yes, it is not an unpopular opinion to not like that Spider-Man 3.
Mostly just because I think Venom's so friggin' not great.
Yeah.
Which Spider-Man are we
yeah.
talking about?
The older one.
Oh, right, the
with
Sam Raimi
Topher
one.
Grace.
Right.
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi one, okay. Topher Grace, right?
Topher Grace's Venom.
Yeah. That Venom was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah. Honestly, Tom Hardy is not Eddie Brock. Not the Marvel Eddie Brock. It's like he's like his own Eddie Brock, which I like. I like the comedic route that they take with those movies. The first one especially.
Yeah.
The first one was good.
Sure.
The first one's better.
Yeah.
The second one,
I
wasn't
should
my
maybe
favorite.
rewatch the first one. I think I liked the second one better.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. I like the first one better.
I
would
think it
think the
leaned into
first
the
is
comedy
that first
more,
one's
and I liked the bad guy more.
Yeah, I think I felt like their use of Venom was better in the first one. I feel like it was overused in the second one. I kind of wish
possible.
Venom would have shut up sometimes in the
That's
second one.
possible.
My personal opinion. I thought I didn't mind when he did he escaped and had his crazy scenes outside. That was outside the body. That was fine. I meant the internal monologue stuff, especially the jail scene. I was like, Venom, just shut up for 5 seconds. I can barely even hear what's happening. It was just a little too much for me. But that's just my personal opinion.
I just bought my first X-Acto knife because I want to open all
Ooh.
these. I want to open as careful as I can and keep the. I've watched videos
sounds like
on
a
this.
laser.
Yeah,
Oh man.
I'm waiting on.
Are you gonna do an opening video? Is that what you said?
No. I've watched videos on
I
how
see,
to
I see.
open and make sure these carded things stay intact-ish.
Got it.
Let's hope that works. Because I'm also
Fancy.
waiting on a Mysterio figure. Same line, the retro, so it's the same carded. So I'm probably gonna try it out on that one first because it's my least. I want a Mysterio, but it's also if I fuck up the cardboard a little bit on that, I'm a little bit okay with that. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mostly got toys. I got a Magneto, first X-Men. That's like the Age of Apocalypse Magneto with the the braids or something, like the long hair that he that Magneto, Boba Fett.
I just read a comic with what's the name? What's the bad guy who Onslaught?
Right. That's Professor X.
That'd be a
right?
pretty cool figure.
Right.
It's basically Professor X fused with Magneto.
Right. They do have a figure for that, and it's really fucking expensive.
Oh no.
Of course they do.
Because it's a Build-A-Figure, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you gotta get 5 different things.
So you
assemble.
either have to get all of them, if you can get all of them, because it's a older line, like a few years back or something, or you can buy the Build-A-Figure separately, which people sell at a really high price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what figures I was looking at, but the Build-A-Figures, the pieces assembled into the green Minotaur guy from the new Doctor Strange. And why do I want this? Why do I care about this nameless guy? I mean, he has a name. He's from the comics, I assume.
Interesting.
But in the movie, I have no idea who he is.
The Thor Love and Thunder line, the Build-A-Figure is Korg.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty big
I can
too.
see the appeal of having a Korg.
Yeah. He's really big. And I'm kind of... I don't want to buy any of the movie figures, but I'm kind of interested in getting the Natalie Portman. I like Natalie
They
Portman.
have a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I wonder if Kat Dennings will show up at all.
Oh,
I assume
I hope so.
I mean, she was in
hope so.
WandaVision. She could show up in
She
anything,
was.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, she was so good at WandaVision.
She was good in WandaVision.
I need to rewatch WandaVision.
They
Like,
really
that-
need to
that-
make a
that-
series with just the two of them.
Oh my gosh.
Kat Dennings
I
and
love
With just who?
WandaVision.
The Korean
Natalie-
actor.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Jong Park?
Right. I think so. I don't know his real name. I don't even remember the agent's name.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
know.
his name.
Yes, he's awesome. Along with now Photon, new superhero. We haven't seen her again yet. I hope we do soon.
I don't even remember who that is.
Captain Marvel's girlfriend. I think she's her girlfriend.
Oh, yes.
Daughter.
Yes. I didn't know her name.
That's her superhero name is Photon.
Right. I didn't. I don't remember if they said that. I don't remember them.
Other than that, I just bought figures. I haven't opened any of them yet, so because
Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
yeah. It's more of like a I'm gonna move soon-ish. Should I open them? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I see that. How soon are you moving? Do you know?
Maybe Q1 of next year. It's
Well,
Quarter
not
next-
too soon, but
I-
not
that's-
far. Yeah.
it's not soon,
Yeah.
but like
I'd
let's
open
looking
them
at
and
my
then keep the boxes.
right. But looking at my collection and just thinking of packing them gives me anxiety.
Sure. Interesting.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And I can't even do it early because a lot of my boxes are taken up by toy accessories.
Oh.
Yeah, I have so much stuff, man. Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I don't.
I have-
I have a lot of stuff
I
too.
have a problem. But yeah. I'm starting to buy non-Transformer toys now. Shit. Fuck. Fuck. It's really good, though. It's really nice. And I have a bunch of pre-orders
I don't
coming.
like how the pre-orders are so far in advance, right? Like I pre-ordered a Star Wars figure, and I pre-ordered what's his the Werner Herzog, the client from season 1 of Mandalorian. And it's like, oh yeah, we'll ship this. I ordered like back in March, and like it ships in like September.
Yeah,
It's just
but the
like-
thing with toys,
like,
if you don't pre-order...
They will sell out.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you probably have to get aftermarket prices. There are
Yeah.
times where...
They're so cheap when you buy them when they come out, right? It's like $20 for a figure, or you can wait and then buy it on eBay for like 70 or 50 or whatever.
I'm in Malaysia, so
Mm.
I buy them at your retail price plus shipping to my country. So
Which is like double probably, right?
yeah. So like I've had so there are these Marvel Legends toys of the old 90s X-Men animated series. So it's like, it's molds figures that already exist, is they repaint them to make them look more like cartoonish.
Oh, cool.
And some remolding, like the Wolverine, the cowl is like a bit longer to look more closer to the animated series. And the box comes in
The
like
Wolverine, his hair, you mean? His like Flock of Seagulls haircut?
no, his mask. The
Wolverine. Oh, okay, yeah, I can picture it.
So and it also comes in like a box that looks like a VHS. It's so cool. It's so fucking
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
But so like the Wolverine is $28. The cheapest I found here on a like not aftermarket, it's more like a seller thing, was like 45. That's a lot. That's a huge
Big
markup.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
On topic of VHSs, I backed my friend directed a movie on Kickstarter, and one of the backers' prize was just like a VHS light. It's just I don't know, it's just
Okay,
kind
that's
of cool.
pretty cool,
I don't know what to do with it, but I like having it.
That's fun.
So that's just my thing. Been buying toys as usual. May, which we're just reaching the middle of. May was like one of my more expensive toy months, I guess. So
Got it.
I'm not buying anymore, I hope. So I'm just waiting for the...
For now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the month to end so that I can pre-order more the next month. Shit.
I've been very strong. My shelf space is slightly running out, so I've been very strong about not buying anything the last couple months.
Right. The plan is to move into a bigger place so I have more shelves.
It's sustainable.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm literally moving for more toys. Like that's sounds like a bad life decision, but whatever.
I approve.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Live your life.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I literally look at my toys every day, and I am happier than I was before I looked at them. So it's a worthwhile investment to me.
In terms of news, not much. To be honest,
Yeah.
the Bethesda RPGs
We're like
delayed
almost
to
at 2
2023.
hours anyway.
Yeah,
I know, we're almost already.
pretty much. Honestly, that's not much news. Only
Okay.
kind of interesting-ish. Not really interesting. Bethesda RPGs got delayed to 2023. Whatever. They probably have to crunch a bunch, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's
I did
pretty
see
much it.
that. I hadn't even heard of those RPGs before I heard they got delayed. I'm not
Really?
I guess I wasn't following that closely.
Redfall, I think, is the Elder Scrolls one, and Starfield is like their new sci-fi one.
Yeah, the Starfield.
They
was
both
the
had
one that's
cool
been-
names. I'm like, those sound like games I'd play without knowing anything more about them.
I forgot. I didn't realize they announced Elder Scrolls 6 name as Redfall. So
It is the Elder
That's
Scrolls
news to
one,
me.
right? Pretty sure it is.
I don't know. I never heard. I actually didn't know that they had announced the name as Redfall. But fair enough. No.
Oh no
Redfall
no no no
is
no no
something
no.
different. No,
Yeah,
no, that's
Redfall
different.
is by Arcane, the people who made Prey and Dishonored. So
Oh,
Okay,
interesting.
totally different game. I was gonna say. I was
well,
like,
I'm
I
still
don't think they've
interested because
announced-
Prey and Dishonored were really good games.
Yeah, for sure. Just not. It's not a. Not Elder Scrolls 6. They haven't even announced really
Right.
what that is yet.
I'm not sure why, but the past few months when it comes to video games have not been very interesting for me. And I don't know
Yeah.
why. Because like there are a couple new games. Like there's the new Horizon game, which I'm pretty sure is available on the PS4, which I still have. And I didn't even
All my
bother-
friends are talking about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm just losing interest, which is not a good day for a video game podcast, I guess.
Pivot to a toy podcast.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in this. I'm not even sure if the two of you ever feel this, like your interest in video games just kind of like up and down.
Yeah, I guess for me it's just because the time and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
also just the home environment I'm in. It's
It's not
sometimes
conducive
I
to
just
video
don't even want
games.
to. Huh?
It's not conducive to video games, like the home environment.
No,
Like if you have to spend your time watching a show with somebody or something.
kind of. Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of that, and mixed with also like
Oh, because
certain games
like
I want to play are going to take a lot
shared
of effort.
entertainment space.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
right.
stuff like that.
Mm.
Or because if I'm not doing that, then I'm kind of holed up in this room by myself in the dark. So which is fine
Yeah.
for some games, but I have to kind of be in a mood to be willing to do that, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I need to get my Switch out more often because I can probably do that, but I just haven't had the bandwidth for some of those games.
I have Switch games. I just haven't. I didn't finish. I don't know what it means to finish, but I didn't finish Monster Hunter Rise, and I didn't finish the Ruined King, that like League of Legends game. But I did finish Pokemon Arceus, so
Oh, cool.
Nice.
I just need to. Well, sorry, I say finished. I hit the credits. I got end game credits. I think there's a lot more stuff after that.
Endgame credits
I
is
just
you
didn't
beat the final
do
4.
There's no Final Four. There's no gyms in this game.
Oh, right, I forgot. Right.
Yeah,
It's
different.
basically catching the which Pokemon is it? I think it's the
Legendary.
The legendaries from Ruby and Sapphire.
Right, the time and space ones, I guess. Right?
Oh no, yeah, Pearl and Diamond. Right, it's a Pearl and Diamond ones,
Oh.
which are the time and space ones.
Kyo, no, not
And
Kyo.
then
whatever.
but
I can't remember
I think
the
it's supposed to be like a third one. I'm getting it wrong already, but there's like I think I remember reading about like a third one that shows up after the credits. Like if you go back, you can fight like the real final boss, and it's like, nah.
Yeah.
The Pokemon fights in that game aren't great. The game's a pretty good game. Pokemon fighting, I think, is probably the worst of.
I think I would
Pokemon
say in my interest in video games will be more for like playing Tiny Tina with you or something. I would say, and maybe Dying Light 2.
100% of my video game playing the last 6 months has been co-op, or like me grinding a thing in a co-op game. You know, like Dwarf Fortress to
14.
unlock a weapon or something. Yeah,
Final Fantasy 14, same idea. Yeah, for sure. I get it.
I'm lucky that I have Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It scratches that itch of like, it's a massive RPG, it's a massive time sink, but
Yeah.
also it has that nostalgia kick as well.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'm just feeling at that point where I need nostalgia to like keep me from growing crazy, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
Right?
Would you ever consider playing Warframe again?
Oh, fuck no. Why? Would you want to play Warframe? Might as well just play like Tiny
Sometimes it
Tina or
looks like
something.
it has cool stuff,
Right.
but
That's how they
I
get
haven't
you.
been-
Look at this cool
Yeah.
armor that you have to
It's
grind
a
for
pretty
500
game.
hours.
Yeah, with complete RNG,
And I don't know. It's like, how do new people get into this game now?
right? I don't know.
Like, how do they make it newbie friendly? Like, honestly, I have no idea.
I almost want to install it to check it out. I'm not going to. Like, I almost installed EVE Online recently, and it's like, oh wait, yeah, right. It's not going to be.
I
fun.
did think about getting that new Destiny 2 expansion, but probably not now. Yeah, I do.
I was more close to actually getting the expansion to what was that last game we played? The shooting game.
That narrows it down for the shooting game.
No, the most recent
Alien
one we played,
Isolation. Alien.
No, I'm sorry.
Fire
The post-apocalypse one where you were like psychic people.
What? Post-apocalypse psychic people?
Like there were 3 different talent trees, like one or 2 talent trees.
Over.
I don't remember the name.
Over. No, not over. I know what you're talking about. The third person.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I find it?
Third person.
able to
Yeah.
find
Okay.
it.
Whatever. But yeah. You want to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Let's wrap up.
Good.
Do the
All
thing.
right, this is Sarah's. Do the thing. We're doing the thing. This is Sarahscopic. SARAHSCOPIC. I'm also on RNG and T. And check me out on Twitter. I will say hi back if you're nice.
And I'm Foehamner. Hopefully, there will be new content at some point this month, but I promise nothing.
Pupunoob, Pupu, and whatever. Pupunoob. I don't even
Fair
want to
enough.
spell. You can follow me on Twitter, I guess, is where I shout at people.
Yeah.
Or if you want to see toy stuff and cat stuff, that's my Instagram. Same name everywhere, pretty much.
Cool.
So yeah, that's been episode 194 of the Play on Ultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching this thing. We'll see you next time.